Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where I'm currently intending this to be the final episode of this series. We were hit by a number of tsunamis last episode, and that was completely luck of the draw. Now, this is either sink or swim. I don't know if we will die here, or like run out of cash, and not be able to rebuild or not. So I guess we'll find out, but the first thing I want to do is I want to not have any more disasters from here. So we're going to turn off random disasters for the moment. But this tsunami is still coming in. So we'll see how that goes. So we've got some stuff over here that can be rebuilt. This is not a high priority at all. We've got some searched locations over here that we should definitely start eliminating. And this is still getting hit a little bit by the tsunami, although it looks like the tsunami wave was broken here. So that's a pretty good sign for us over here. That's excellent. Now, power is an issue for us. We could put in a temporary power solution down over like this way. There's no actual power line going over here. So I'm going to build one in over this way. There we go. And that'll buy us a little bit of power breathing room. So that's fine. We've made it through here at this point. We're very likely going to lose this solar power plant. But we'll see how that goes. This location up here definitely could be bulldozed, and we will certainly do so. Down over here, those pumping services collapsed, of course. This disaster response unit collapsed, which is not great for us. I'd like to have that get searched fairly soon. I wish we could set a priority for that. That would be awfully nice. But we'll see what ends up happening with the Sigma 162 heights. I don't think this island is going to get hit too hard by the tsunami. I really, really don't.
A tsunami has struck the city.
Yes, we are going to have some, we're going to have some flooding issues for a bit here. That is for sure. So we do have a location over here that has been searched. But our biggest issue right now, we've still got some power going on over here, although that's almost all taken care of. For the moment, our power appears to be reasonably fine. Our citizens are unhappy. You don't say. I don't know that we'll survive this. 2 tsunamis targeting the center of our city that could go over multiple islands in that quick of succession? I don't know how realistic surviving that is. But we'll find out. So obviously we've got some overtaxation going on here, and I am going to drop our tax levels by 1% for right now. We're just going to drop it 1% across the board. We want to target 12%. But for right now, we'll just see where that puts us. Guess I'm not going to work without a snorkel today. Yeah, that is a good way to put it. Have you noticed there's an abandoned building? Yes, that's a thing. Okay, so we're going to continue to eliminate some of these locations. I would like to start rebuilding things like this harbor and this crematorium. Cool. I would really like to rebuild this disaster response unit. That's a box truck. Okay. Getting this disaster response unit rebuilt is actually a pretty big deal. I'm going to bulldoze it and just flat rebuild it. Wait, it's 100,000 to rebuild, isn't it? But regardless, we do want to get it rebuilt. How much is it? Oh, it's only 15,000. Done. So just doing that will save us a lot of time. Because now we're going to be able to send out our 3 vehicles and our helicopter. And get started searching some of this stuff up over here. So that'll be great. We can remove some of these locations. Land values are not particularly high at the moment. And the Sigma 162 heights are currently getting hit reasonably hard. Okay. Obviously, we are losing a lot of population at the moment. This down here, we're going to slowly work on rebuilding. Very slowly. We'll try to get this saved, but if we fail, we fail. The Spartan News Hills got hit in its entirety.
I'm your host.
And the Sigma 162 Heights and the Casserole District and this up here are all getting hit. Now, the wave here is not particularly strong anymore, but it is moving through.
A tsunami has struck the city.
Okay.
Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Indeed. I would like to get a disaster response unit out over here as well. I'm going to remove this pumping service. It's not actually tremendously helpful. And we're going to put in a disaster response unit down here if we can find a way to fit one in. And the answer is, I believe we can. We'll need to redo some road over here. That's all space already occupied because of the curve in this road. Okay, so we'll take that back and we'll use the straight line tool. And we'll get rid of this pumping service as well. We'll build the straight line tool in over here, like that. And then we'll use that opportunity to build in this. And then we'll bring this road in, about like that. And this road for now will truncate. We'll get rid of this disaster response unit if we survive this. Cool. It has power? No, it does not have power. Do those connect? Yes, they do. Cool. So our disaster response vehicles are heading out, and that's great. Cool. So we're currently negative in cash right now, and that does mean that we need to crank up our taxes again. Which is sad. We have people complaining about the tax level, but given our current situation, it's pretty necessary. But if we lose, we lose. That was basically two perfectly targeted disasters on us. Like, the most vulnerable we are to. The worst disasters possible for us. So, yeah, that's going to be tough. Okay, so Sigma 162 Heights is, at this point, well, the tsunami is backing off a little bit. A little bit. We'll get rid of some of this stuff up over here, and this crematorium could be rebuilt. For the moment, I think I'm not going to. And the reason for that is our cash is dire at the moment. This is all just kind of chilling here. So the wave is broken here. It is going to impact up over this way. And we'll see what ends up happening. We are negative in cash right now. So we're going to have to continue to crank our taxes, which is not helpful. But it is required. Our budget is already at minimum. So there's that. And people are just bailing. Super hard. So one thing we might want to consider doing, taxes are super high right now. Maybe we just let it go. Drop our taxes down to 12% again. And just say, we're going to go as far into debt as the game will allow us. Well, I'm not exactly sure how far it'll let us go. I've never had a situation quite like this one before, but this is definitely one way to end things. Bankruptcy alert. Okay, so we're getting a bailout here. If the above measures are not enough, you can take a bailout to save your city. Note that a bailout disables further achievements. Okay, that's actually fine. We'll take a bailout. Will it let us continue to take bailouts? I'm not sure. We're not going after any achievements anyway, so that's okay. But yeah, that was two perfect disasters, like, in incredibly quick succession there. There was very little chance that we had of making it through that, but let's see if we can recover this and bring this back. That would be amazing if we could. I don't know. We'll see. So we're getting hit up over here. This is unsurprising. But this should be relatively weak. And shouldn't go super deep in.
A tsunami has
'Kay.
struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Indeed. I mean, to a large degree, we can just chalk that up to bad luck. But at the same time, I was thinking about ending the series anyway. And this just is, like, serendipitous for a, like, dynamic way to end the series. So, sure. That's fine. There's a lot of abandoned structures over here, and that's because of taxes. So, yeah. I wonder if it will let us continue taking those bailouts indefinitely. If that's the case, then that's kind of cheesy, and I see why it disables achievements. But there's a ton of abandoned structures over here because these people have no faith that they will be safe here now. And I don't blame them. So you can see here how much we're losing. It's a ton. I don't know how much it'll let us go negative. If we lose, we lose. Like I said at the very beginning of the game, tsunamis were always our largest threat, and we have no effective way to mitigate them as of right now, so it is what it is. We will continue eliminating some of these searched structures over here. And that is fine for the moment. Okay. So we have more searched structures over here. And we've definitely taken some hits. No doubt about that. More searched structures over here, but the searches are going kind of slowly. Ah, we've got a couple up over here too. Cool. So we'll get rid of some of those. Okay. And roughly 1 trillion abandoned structures over here in this residential area. So we'll work on getting rid of some of those as well. And with no more disasters in the near future, we'll see what that ends up looking like. Are we able to recover this? I mean, we're very, very negative right now. But I'm wondering if it will actually end the game or not. We'll see. This is a new experience for me. I've never actually had a city go this direction. So we'll see how the game ends up handling it. Yes, we're going to go very, very negative here. And that's to be expected. Okay, so the tsunami is up over here. Ultimately, I don't expect there to be too much damage on this side. We are gaining in population now. So that's good. Okay. It might be that that bailout offer was supposed to be like the end game, and from here it just sandboxes. That's a possibility. If that's the case, then I'll probably say that the city was lost. Because it's just, I think it's just letting us endlessly go into debt at this point. We'll see. Because, yeah, that was, that was tough. No doubt about it. Very, very rough indeed. One tsunami we definitely could have recovered from. 2 tsunamis in a row like that, both incredibly powerful and hitting us dead on from different angles. That's really, really rough. No doubt about that one. But I was planning on wrapping this up soon anyway, so that's reasonably fine. We'll continue to eliminate some of these abandoned structures over here. And I am going to try to bring this back for at least a few more minutes here. I think from here, as long as it allows us to go infinitely into debt, which it probably shouldn't. But that, I think, is the disabling of achievements there. So if it allows us to go infinitely into debt, this is recoverable because it's only a matter of time at this point, is the thing. Oh, there was a structure there that wasn't abandoned. Okay. Well, there's definitely a lot of abandoned structures up over here. We have no desire right now, no demand, but it would recover given time. And I'm going to speed up to speed 3.
A tsunami has struck the city.
Indeed it
Take
has.
caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until
That
the water
tsunami is still hitting us, currently down over here. It's flowing back out now, though. So broadly, I think it's dealt with, essentially. We've got a lot of search and rescue to do. No doubt about that. But given enough time, we would be able to bring this back, is the thing. And I mean, we're currently 400,000 in debt. But that would eventually start to turn around.
A tsunami has
We would go
struck the
extremely
city.
far into debt,
Take caution
hypothetically.
and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
So I think at this point we should probably say that officially we lost this. But I do want to see kind of how much we can get back here. I want to experiment to see if there's a limit to this debt. At this point, I don't actually know that. I could probably look it up. But I want to experiment with that and figure out exactly how this works for future playthroughs. Because I'm very interested in knowing what the quote-unquote loss condition is. I don't actually know that. But I believe it was that bailout that we accepted.
Tsunami has struck the city.
I believe that was the loss
Take caution
condition.
and avoid
And in
roads and
future
waterfronts
playthroughs,
until
I will
the water
probably
recedes.
consider that to be a loss condition. But yeah, I mean, we were... With an archipelago map, we're kind of uniquely vulnerable to tsunamis, is the way I'll put it, on this sort of a map. So that is rough. Okay. We do have population being gained right now. So that's cool. We're just eliminating all of these abandoned structures for the moment, just to bring up land values a little bit.
A tsunami has struck the city.
We're
Take
still
caution
getting
and
hit by that
avoid roads
tsunami.
and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Okay. So there's all of those abandoned structures gone. Let's come down here. Right now, residential is, I think, our biggest concern. And I would very much like to get this area searched up. There's a lot of rubble over here. This got hit by double tsunami at this point. I'm shocked this building is standing. I'm shocked our hospital is standing. We can't rebuild this public library. We have no cash. All we can do for now is get rid of some of these structures and wait. At this moment, we can't get rid of any, or we can't rebuild anything. So we'll just leave those as rubble for the time being. Okay. And there will be some people moving in over the next period of time. But yeah, I think we will consider that a loss condition. I'm pretty sure that this is just going endlessly at this point. So that is definitely something that we can consider. This was planned to be the final episode as it was, so that's fine. I do want to continue to eliminate some of these structures. But yeah, the double tsunami, low happiness, you don't say. The double tsunami there, that was rough. But okay, that's just the game saying, you know what, it is time to end this. I agree with you. Sure. Okay, so we're going to continue to eliminate some of this up here. There we go. Cool. Lots of locations needing to be searched still, and lots of abandoned structures up here as well. And that's just due to cranking the taxes, which in retrospect was likely a bit of a mistake. We should have just accepted it, probably. In reality, that would have put us in a better position. If we're going to continue beyond the bailout, that would put us in a better position than we're in right now. Is the way that that ends up working, I think. So we'll just get rid of these abandoned structures up here. We're not getting rid of the rubble just yet until it has been searched, which will take time with the sheer amount of rubble that those tsunamis have left behind. I mean, getting hit by one is bad enough, but two in a matter of days. That's insane. Absolutely nutty. So, do I think that this is recoverable from here as a matter of time? Yes. With the bailout, yes. If we were to reject the bailout, I don't think so. We would have gone bankrupt faster without cranking the taxes, but cranking the taxes would have kept people around, or not cranking the taxes would have kept people around longer. So there is that. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely considering what the best course of action there would have been. I don't think I took the best course of action. Oh, I destroyed that road and we can't rebuild it. Okay, sure. That's fine. We're currently over $1 million in debt. Cool. So there's that dealt with. And then this is what? Low land values? Yeah. We're working on that. Cool. So yeah, I mean, all things considered, the 1-2 punch was definitely the death blow there. I think we could have recovered from the single tsunami. I didn't actually mean to get rid of that. But I think that we could have recovered from the single tsunami. It was the double tsunami that got us there. That was for sure. 2 tsunamis was too much. No doubt about that. But given enough time, we would be able to get this rebuilt. That's pretty clear to me. Have we started any rebuilding down over here? Honestly, I think we have. I think there has been some new structures building there. Some abandoned buildings, you don't say. Yeah, I mean, our population is coming up, and so is our income. We would be able to get this turned around eventually by accepting the bailout. But I think that we should consider the bailout as the loss condition and move on to some Hearts of Iron. That'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, that double tsunami, I mean, we could have built flood walls to try to stop it. I'm not sure how successful that would have been. Both of them had sufficient tsunamis. They came in from this direction and this direction, and both of them had sufficient tsunami strength to hit this island pretty hard. So I don't think flood walls would have prevented some damage up over here, perhaps. But I think that all of our damage over here, even with flood walls, would have remained. So there's that. We'd be searching for survivors for a good long time. And maybe trying to recover this is something to do in a stream sometime. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I think for now, I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and this is going to be an end to the regular series here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.
This is All That Jazz. I'm your host, Jazz Boatman, and I want to apologize for being a little overexcited right now. I want to apologize if I sound a little overexcited.